Today I'm going to do a lot of work on the walls, I hope. I hope I will do a lot of work. Last episode I was working on the door. And people are asking, hey, you were telling in previous episodes that you would make this, what I colored yellow, you would make this dark and black. Well, that can still happen. But if I would make it black and I wouldn't like it, I would never be able to go back to another color. So that is why I chose for this gold idea. If I don't like it, I can cover it. Just layer until it is dark and it has the color that I like. So that is why I started with this gold. And today I will be doing this, the top R of the arch. And I will be starting with this warm gray, 20% Prismacolor Premier. This is just another basic layer. I already had a more yellowish color and now I'm adding a more grayish, but still in the warm tones. If you do not have Prismacolor Premier pencils, then a light warm gray from Polychromos is just as good. Yesterday I had a message from one of Joanna Besford's assistants. I believe she has many assistants these days. And this message was about her new book, Magical Jungle. Joanna decided to send a copy to 30 of her favorite colorists. And I am one of the of the lucky few. And this message was telling me that the package was sent. So I am now waiting for that package to arrive. But I have no idea how long it takes for a coloring book to travel from the UK to the Netherlands. So I don't know whether this book will arrive tomorrow or next week. I think it will be somewhere in between. And I really want to take some time off as soon as that book arrives, but I'm having a very busy week next week. After the next week, the holidays, summer holidays will really start. It's not that I will have summer holidays completely, but I will have less students in my voice studio. And I think I will take some time off as well. Sometimes it's good to step back from your work and get fresh ideas. I've been doing a lot of gardening these days. Yesterday I had to cut the roses. We have some beautiful climbing roses, but because of the wet weather, all the buds just faded away before they could burst into bloom. but they were still on the plant, so I had to cut them. New flowers are appearing now. And I also had to cut the hedge. Do you say hedge? A wall of green. And I'm always confused whether it is holly or ivy. And that's because of that Christmas song, the holly and the ivy. And the one is with the stingy, the leaves with the sting, and the red, the red berries. That's not the one. I mean the other one. Now adding this warm gray may at first seem not so interesting, but it really helps that wall to get some strength. In my drawing, the light is coming from the right, and I'm going to use that here as well. The light is coming from the right, and that means that this side of this, well, if it was wood, I would call it a panel. This side is a little bit darker. And I am using a polychromos pencil called Gray number 6. I do not have all the polychromos pencils. Look, there we go. This is looking much better already. Shading can do so much for your drawing. Now, because the light is coming from the right, that means that this side is a little bit darker as well. And of course, that lion's head is in front of it, so that will cover a bit too. I already added some shading here. Now I think the shaded areas can have a little more darkness, so I'm using the Prismacolor Premiere 90% cool gray. You can also use a Payne's gray if you want to. But I'm using Prismacolor now because I am preparing a review about them. And I don't think I can make a review if I haven't used them enough. So I want to use them to get to know them. Now, because I chose this cool gray, I think you can see that this needs a little bit more warmth actually. So I will try to blend that in later with another color. Payne's gray might be a better choice, but now let me think. This piece may cast a shadow like this. I think that is what is happening. So let's first do a little try out with a lighter cold gray number 4 from Polychromos. I think something like this is happening. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. I am not sure if the shape of this shadow is correct, but I will leave it for now. And I'm going to use this one again, cool gray, and do just the same for this. I believe that things like this, isn't it called timpani, something like that? In the old days, in the Roman or Greek days, when they built their temples, there was this, the top of the temple was above the entrance, it was called timpani, if I recall it well. I have to say, most of architectural history that I had to study, I forgot. I'm not so good in remembering dates and names. So history was never... I like history, but not the needing to remember everything. If you accidentally color a spot darker and you want to smooth things out, just start right next to the darker spot and then gradually decrease your pressure. But avoid covering the darker spot with even more color. That is not going to help you. So, and this is the third one, most on the left. I'm using the same Prismacolor pencil. Now I noticed that this pencil is leaving small tiny flakes of darker spots, and I think that is what people call wax bloom. Well, that is not happening with my other pencils. Of course not with the polychromos because they have no wax. But it is not happening with my bruinzeels either. I don't know much about the process of making wax pencils, but this... If I would have to make a guess, I would say that there is something in the mixing process of mixing the pigment and the wax that here, And this happened after I felt a hard piece, a hard chunk in the tip of the pencil. So to me, it feels like the pigment and the wax is not evenly mixed in the factory. Something like that. That would be sounds logic. This is what I'm talking about, these small black lines. I did a little testing and I will add a little more color to the areas I just shaded, and I'm going to use Erogeton Hydrangea Blue. And this is a very special color. It is somewhere in between blue and purple, and it looks a bit grayish as well. The Erogeton series has these beautiful dull colors. Colors that seem to have a little bit of everything in them. It's not just blue, but blue with a touch of gray, or a touch of green, or a touch of red, or a touch of everything. I actually like that a lot. And this hydrangea blue is a very subtle color with a touch of everything in it. And I like to use it for shading. It's the complete opposite of Prismacolor Premiere. Premieres are extremely soft, and this Erogeton pencil is a much harder pencil. I wouldn't say it is the hardest pencil, because I think maybe there are harder pencils on the market, but this one is hard. And it is pretty dry, as I would describe it. And these Erogeton pencils work very well in my Enchanted Forest book. Look at the difference. This is with Erogeton, this is without. Ooh, that looks glorious. Let's add some more. I am very curious about the paper type. The type of paper that Joanna has chosen for her Magical Jungle book. Somewhere I read that the paper was specifically designed for this coloring book. So I am very curious about the quality and the specifics. So, and I will now first sharpen the point a little bit. The more layers there are on the paper, the more important it becomes to color with a sharp point. And I don't think it is only the sharpness of the point, but also that when you sharpen your pencil, the surface of your tip will become a bit rough, and that allows the pigment to come off your pencil tip onto the paper easier. I think something like that is happening as well. So it's not just sharpening, it is making the smoother the surface of your pencil tip, the more difficult it becomes to get that pigment on your paper. And then you're going to press harder. Now this is an interesting area, because here this, oh, I already see. I see. Yeah. I was thinking something is wrong, but we are missing a line here. If I put in this line, then everything is okay again. Okay. Okay. I think we need a line over here, just like the line that is over here and over here and over here. And I'm going to put that line in with my Staedtler pigment liner. And I'm going to copy what Joanna did, because she put in this. I'm just going to do that. My battery is about to give in. So now I can continue. I just can't help it, guys. It is my constructional engineering gene, my architectural gene that cannot live with it if it is just not. This needs a little bit of cool gray. So that looks so much better. The shading works so good. Now there's only one thing I need to do, and that is put some shading here. Let's do that. I hope the battery will hold. So this is all going to be shadow. And then we will have a, I don't know how the shadow will continue, so I will leave that. I need to think about it. And then I will do the Erogeton, Hydrangea. One should change a detail like this line, because this line is not in the original drawing. Then everything changes. Shading can change. Perspective can change. So I think this is it for today. And I think I think this is good. Very good. So see you next time. Bye bye.